Yo, Diddy's getting a bunch of his cases thrown out, yo.
It seems.
That is crazy. But you know what this shows? And I've said this a million times. Those lawyers don't give a fuck about anything but money. And they're really not trying to win these cases. They're trying to shake down people for the bread.
Now, yeah, go on.
So
okay, that was like very much reaching. Once again, Charlamagne is going to show why he has to be led by Andrew Schulz. So Charlamagne and Andrew Schulz, they're going in about the Diddy case instead of, staying focused on the real issues. Charlamagne brings it to the lawyers. Somehow the lawyers are the bad guys here. It's all about having good lawyers, right? Because that's how America works now. Everything is perfectly fine and sane. So this is Andrew Schulz and Charlamagne breaking down the Diddy case. Andrew Schulz and Charlamagne on the Brilliant Idiots podcast, giving us how their feelings on it and, basically what's going on there. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it.
This is the gig. This is the jig. I've been saying it for years. The lawyer will reach out to your team. The lawyer will say, hey, this person is about to make these accusations, but they won't make these accusations if you just settle X, Y, and Z, if you just give us this bread. Mm-hmm. Literally, that's it. If you don't give the bread, that's when the press conferences come. That's when they go to the press, blah, 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 and they think they can shake you down in that way. Diddy has had, how many cases has he gotten thrown out of? This is a new one that just got thrown out today. This is Lil Rod. What was Lil Rod accusing Diddy of?
Oh, he had the most.
Let's see. What was he accusing Diddy of? He said he alleges Combs coerced him into, make it bigger, Taylor, pause, coerced him into various sex acts, dangling money and high-power indiscreet connections to keep him quiet and ensnare him in a web of misconduct. Then Jones alleges he was never paid. Scroll up to the top. I want to read what the headline is. The headline is Sean.
And disgustingly, right? Like in a very disgusting manner, a charge like that could be dropped. That's not even a strong charge to keep on somebody, right? But when you understand how bigger this is, how bigger than Combs it was, and I am going to call him Combs from now on. I don't like saying any of the names that they've given him in from the past, from now, whatever. I just can't stand saying this. I find Combs to be disgusting. I do. I absolutely do find him to be disgusting. But he is not the brains of the operation. I don't know what this was really about, but let's go ahead and keep watching. By the way, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and a notification bell. Thank you to IBI that lands on these videos.
Diddy Combs scored a small legal victory in Little Rod lawsuit. What was the small legal victory?
Because he got some of it dropped.
The order, let me read it. The order filed. Start to the top, Taylor. The order, Sean Diddy Combs scored a partial legal win Monday when a New York judge agreed to dismiss racketeering and breach of contract charges brought against him. Also, it's no RICO. So it's no FRICO.
No FRICO charge. Listen, here's the reality. When a public figure like this gets in trouble, everybody comes out of the woodwork that's got an accusation towards them. Some people are going to make shit up. Some things are going to be true. And a lot of cases are going to get dismissed. Yep. Just because cases get dismissed doesn't mean that he didn't do horrible shit. We also have video of him ragdolling Cassie. We don't
100%.
We don't need to see more than that. Like, if that was caught, what are the chances that that's the only time he's done that?
I agree with you, but he's not on trial for that.
No. I'm not saying he's not. What I'm saying is, like, you're right 100% about that.
What he's saying is, like, if that was caught on video, there's nothing he won't do outside of video. That's what he's saying. And he's right about the point that he's making, that some charges will be real, some charges won't be real. But we don't need all the charges to be real to know that this person is absolutely disgusting. I agree with him there. Yeah.
But, like, he's a piece of shit. The second I saw that video, and he doesn't stop being a piece of shit.
You can't give him the benefit of the doubt about anything. And so when you hear about all these other charges, regardless of how salacious the allegations are, you like, he might have did that shit based off the video.
And not only based off the video, based on the fact that, like, that he came out, he was like, I never touched Cassie, nothing. Then that video dropped, and now it's like, oh, you a liar. So if you could lie about this, what else can you lie about?
That's why you can't give him the benefit of the doubt on anything. But he still get a bunch of these cases dropped because Tony Bugby wasn't even 100%. He wasn't even supposed to be practicing law in this district of New York.
100%.
That lets you know right there. All they want to do is try to shake you down to get the money.
This is the other problem.
Thanks
There's a
to
bunch
Jay-Z.
of, huh?
That was thanks to Jay-Z, because it was Jay-Z's lawyer who pointed out the fact that Busby can't even
Practice law.
Practice it.
So that's the other thing. It's like these lawyers are gonna be ambulance chasers. They're gonna see, some meat, and they're gonna try to carve it up. It's simple as that.
Damn. Now that sounds like some shit that happened at a Diddy party.
They do.
Jesus Christ.
That's what happens there.
But the thing is now, so it goes back to the lawyer. Don't you think that when this lawyer, whoever this guy was who started the case and all of this, knew he wasn't supposed to be practicing at the time? The loopholes are there for a reason. Let me tell you something. I'm going to let these people speak, and then I'm going to pull up a name that I refuse to say on this episode, okay? Because we never get past surface level. But I'll let them keep going.
So, but again, just because there are people trying to make money off him doesn't mean that he didn't potentially do horrible things.
Absolutely.
We've already seen him do something horrible for Cassie. That's enough for him to just not be in the public eye ever again.
Oh, I don't. I mean, that's done. I mean, at this point, you don't even think of anything professional, right? Like if I was Diddy or anybody on this team, you're not thinking anything professional after this. You're thinking,
do you go to jail forever or not?
And if you don't go to jail forever or not, you need to spend the rest of your life getting your soul right.
Absolutely.
You need to spend the rest of your life dealing with whatever trauma you've experienced that you have projected on so many people for so many years.
Absolutely.
Like that's it.
He probably just needs a bigger public figure than him to say he's good again. Because that's what they did with R. Kelly.
No.
In a sense.
No.
Think about it. When he got out.
When did R. Kelly get out? R. Kelly's still in there?
No, when the original charges. Then he come out of it, and then everyone was just still.
Okay, so this girl is really dumbing down the value of the conversation. She's lowering the Dow. So this is what happens. Everything goes to look, and that's his fault, right? I want to be very clear. I'm not making any excuses for Combs. He is disgusting. He's nasty. Once it started getting to a certain point of things, you should have stood up to corruption, even if it was by yourself. I don't care how much they drugged you up. You should have came out here swinging, looking crazy like Kanye. I don't care, bro. Like, this stuff was so disgusting. And to think that some of his allegations, I remember when this popped off, this is when Ian Carroll started really building his name, was off of this case. I'm sure he was already doing his journalism, but his name was on this case because he was saying all kinds of different names, right? Because he was also connecting it to our border crisis and everything. You'll be surprised. You will be surprised the connections. Don't forget, our border was open for 4 years, wide open. Millions of undocumented children got in here, and I'm going to leave it alone. You'll be surprised who's connected to that, okay? This person right here, I will not say his name, sorry, don't care, he's something that is not to be trifled with, okay? And I won't say his name, not because this is a man. This is a human. So it's not out of fear, okay? But it's out of me wanting to make sure that I get the, you know what I mean? By the way, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It's funny how you don't hear anything about dude, right? Because you don't hear his name connected, just barely connected to Diddy, to Combs. You know, who is this person and how is he linked? His son married Sophia Richie. Didn't even know that. Oh, she's perfectly owned from now on. Most recently, he has dragged. Okay, hold on a second. This guy, at 64 years old. Oh my God, it's so frustrating. At 64 years old, he has legendary career. Worked with the likes of Jay-Z and Rihanna. His credits his father, his brother for his career. But the fact of what happened with, yep, there we go. Boom, he was named here. Several high celebrities, including Boom, have been named in an ongoing situation. According to LA Times, Homie was at some of Combs' parties, but it's more than that. When Ian Carroll did his piece on that person I just showed you, on Combs, that person I just showed you's name was all over it. As in, basically, he was basically running Diddy. This guy runs the gamut, okay? They said at one point Combs, like, allegedly, ended a life and called the LAPD and told them to basically cover it up. Black folk, I don't care how rich they are, they do not have that kind of power. So what happens is something must have went down. You got to pay attention to how these things go. Something must have went down with Diddy where he was like, yo, man, I don't know, this might be a bit too much for me, which is really kind of weird because considering the nasty stuff that he was involved with, I don't know what lesson they needed to teach this disgusting person. There was a lesson that was taught here. That person must have been setting up a network to save themselves, and they got caught up. You should have been saved yourself. You shouldn't have been involved.
Jay-Z's and all of them are hanging out.
No, when R. Kelly first got accused, all R. Kelly did was start making hits. He started recording with everybody. Everybody had an R. Kelly record. Like literally, there's not.
I thought he got dismissed though.
He did
originally, yeah.
But that's different though, right? If you go to court and your charges get dismissed, and then you come home and you start writing records for everybody, yeah, people forget that.
Yeah, that's what he got to do.
No.
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 Why? Well, don't you know? Now, I'll never forget what that disgusting person was about. But if they really want to, they could clean him up. People will forget. People will move on to act like it didn't happen. What did we really hear? Possibly Justin Bieber might have been destroyed. I think he was. Look at him today. I've seen weird clips. This is disgusting. It is disgusting. But no, they'll clean him up. You'll forget. Everybody always forgets. So you'll forget too, Charlamagne. But with that said, by the way, R. Kelly's not in jail for anything like that, by the way. It's I think it was some sort of like breach of contract or something. I don't know, but they always give you the front face of the operation. And oh well, because I make a note. I want to be clear. If you leave with anything else in this video, I am not making any excuses for that disgusting person they call Combs. I think he is nasty. I don't even like looking at him. He's so disgusting. But this must have been a battle test or something. I don't know what it was. They'll drop the charges. They'll figure it out. 10 years, 5 years from now, we'll be showing up to the parties and everything else or whatever. And it's just trifling to me. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.